beautiful voice of Molly Ringwald. Yes, jazz musician, actress extraordinaire, proud mama, loving wife, Molly Ringwald, everybody. So good to see you. Just as beautiful in the flesh, timeless beauty. How do you do it? What's the secret?
Thank you. I don't know. I guess I'm happy. I'm fulfilled.
Yeah, you love life. A lot of people were saying, wait a minute, she sings? You've been singing since you were a little wee one in stage productions.
Yeah, that's right. Well, my father is a traditional jazz musician, so I started singing with him when I was 3.5. And it's something that I've always wanted to do, you know, put together a jazz band. It just took me a while to actually get to it.
I know you used to work with your dad quite a bit. Would you consider collaborating again?
Oh, yeah, I'd really like to. That's sort of a next project after I get my next book written.
Oh, very good. You always have so many different things cooking.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your show tomorrow. You're only here for the one night, and people can expect a lot of classics and then a spin on what is now a new classic, thanks to you, with the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, well, I have this album, Except Sometimes, that was released by Concord Jazz last April. And so most of the songs that I do are from this album, but then we kind of try to mix it up a little bit to keep it fresh. So they're still old songs, but maybe, you know, newer for me.
Do you tailor it to the crowd? Do you consider that? Because we're a huge jazz city in Toronto.
I do. I mean, I have, you know, I have a lot of songs in my repertoire, but then it sort of depends on the night, you know, how many fast songs, how many ballads, you know. It always depends on the audience, I think.
What does it feel like when you step out there in such an intimate crowd? I mean, it's got to be such a rush. It's one thing when you do these amazing movies and TV shows. You've got your crew, it goes to print, they edit it down, and you know, you're kind of removed from it. And here you are in front of a living, breathing audience. Do you love that intimacy?
I do. I really do. I think singing is really one of the most joyful things that I do, other than mothering. But it's really the moment that I kind of forget about everything else, and I just have a great time. I mean, I love my musicians. I love them personally. They're also great musicians, and I'm just really happy. And I feel like that's really infectious for people.
Your work is your passion, and I imagine you cannot go anywhere because you still do look exactly the same without people stopping you.
The blonde hair kind of throws people down.
Does it? I think you look exactly the same. I mean, literally, I don't think 4 weeks go by without one of your movies being played, and I catch myself watching them time and time again. There was something truly so timeless about those 3 films that came out back to back some 30 years ago.
I know.
So what is it like? Do people still stop you all the time and say, you know, loved you in, or Breakfast Club, greatest high school movie of all time? Do you must get that constantly?
Yeah, no, I do. But, you know, and a lot of people come to my shows, which is really amazing now, where I have people that have been fans, you know, and have followed me all of these years, but then they're coming with their kids who are also fans of those movies. And I feel like there's not that many things that parents and kids can actually, you know, agree on. So I feel like I'm this bridge between parents and their children, which is really nice because I have 3 kids, and you know, I really care about kids.
New generation discovering it. Let's talk about that. You know, we're wearing our pink in Canada today. It's National Wear Pink Day. How do you tackle bully issues with 3 young ones at home, and how did you do it as a star in the spotlight? Were you ever bullied?
I was. I had a really intense bully when I was in 7th grade, and it was really frightening. And you know, I feel like there's a lot more awareness on it now. Not to say that it's completely eradicated, but I just try to talk to my kids. I mean, it's really more the 10-year-old right now. The 4-year-olds aren't dealing with it yet, but you know, her school is really on top of it, and it's something that they talk about. They have counsel at school, and you know, and it's just something that we just talk, you know, treat people the way that you would like to be treated.
Yeah, well said. And, the golden rule.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of issues with celebrities like yourself in Hollywood being under the spotlight. What if your children say, Mom, I want to do what you do. It looks pretty cool. I want to be in movies. I want to be. Would you support them in that?
After they graduate from Harvard. Of course.
Well, sad. And speaking of, you speak French. Vous parlez le français un petit peu maintenant?
Oui, j'ai habité en France pendant 10 ans, plus ou moins. Et je parle un petit peu, mais je suis un peu rusty. I forgot the word.
That was amazing. All I understood was, and I studied it for 10 years, you studied it, and that's really good. No, that was amazing. And I love following you on Twitter because you have the coolest pics, and you let us into your life a little bit, and you're really, really funny and biting sometimes too. Let us discuss this photo. You are flanked by 2 beauties, one being your husband on the right.
Yes.
And Jared Leto.
Yes.
How did this all come to be?
This was at it was the first time that they screened Dallas Buyers Club. Jared and I have the same manager in Jason Weinberg, and it was really a revelation. I mean, he was incredible, and he is an incredibly gracious man as well. I mean, it's really nice when nice things happen to good people, and
So
he
well
definitely is a good person.
And the same is true of you. Continued success. Go see Molly. Yes, she's just as lovely, and I'm going to have people asking on Twitter, and beautiful in the flesh. See her tomorrow night at the Richmond Hill Centre for the Performing Arts, and you can get your tickets at the box office 905-787-8811 or online rhcenter.ca. Give her a shout at Molly Ringwald. How can we ever forget about her? Because she's forever timeless, beautiful, and continued success.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you in Italy.
Well, we were talking about Italy, Kev, by the way. This woman's after my own heart, giving me resto recos. Like, you have no idea. I will see you in Italy. Over to Kev in the newsroom.